Hello everyone, welcome back to Top 5 Fridays, and no, it's not extinct, it was just hibernating. And what's a good way to come back to my Top 5 videos than with a fun Terraria list? Now, we all know there's a lot to do in the wonderful world of Terraria, but being the awesome sandbox game that it is, some of the most fun can be had just seeing what kind of things you can build within the game. Whether it be castles, traps, statues, or just some fancy homes for your NPCs, there seems to be an endless amount of fun you can have just building whatever the heck you want to in the game. Now don't get me wrong, I'm no Terraria artist, but I took a lot of joy in some of the things I've created in my Terraria levels. So I thought I would share with you my top 5 personal favorite Terraria creations. Just remember, I'm not making this list to show off or anything. Like I said, there are many great Terraria builders out there that can put anything I could make to shame in the blink of an eye. I'm sharing my list and hope that it will inspire you to build your own or look back at some of your favorite creations as well. With that said, here are my top 5 personal favorite Terraria creations.
Number 5.
My very first Terraria Castle. This was my first love, and you can tell because this was done in vanilla Terraria. This is before all the major updates, even before hard mode, and you can tell. Some of the textures don't line up, there's no glass in the windows, and the basement still has dirt backgrounds, but still I love to go back at it and look at where it all started, where the passion to build was. And maybe one of these days I'll go in and update it and wonder to myself, why didn't I make actual stone bricks instead of just stone walls? But you know what? It gives a nice rugged feel. There's secret doors going to some loot, there's some nice rooms for all the NPCs, and ultimately it's just kind of simple and charming. And that's what I was going for, and I think I succeeded.
Number 4.
My Terraria Parkour Racetrack, or whatever it could be. Unfortunately, the map to this wonderful little creation has all but lost, thanks to me accidentally copying over it because, well, I made it in Builder's Workshop. But thankfully, I did a challenge accepted with my good cousin Sterling Steedley, who helped me build it. So I can't give full credit just to myself on this. I did have help, but nevertheless, it still was one of my favorite creations. It was actually really challenging. For something that me and him did on the fly, we did pretty darn good. It has everything from pitfalls, traps, spikes, lava, monsters attacking you, darts hitting you, weird angles to jump at, and most importantly, it was challenging and fun to challenge your friends to. And to this day, I think I'm going to invite him over and hopefully try and recreate it in all its glory. But who knows, we don't have the time for that anymore. Alas, it will always be on YouTube in all its wonderful glory for everyone to see. Just go click that link to that challenge accepted episode now.
Number 3.
NPC Apartments. This is another one that was made early on in Terraria's career, probably before the hard mode update if I do recall. This one was a little more intricate and somehow ended up being the shape of a mushroom, but it comes complete with pool, a nice garden on the top of it, a real basement this time that got completely gutted to make room for more goodies, and it even had its own glass dome that I've recently smoothed out to update it a bit. At the time, I was completely paranoid that there was going to be a meteorite that was going to hit it and destroy everything. The odd thing was there was actually an underground path that made its way towards the new castle, the updated version of the old castle I just showed you, that I was working on. Unfortunately, that castle never got finished because the new update dropped, meaning hard mode. Thus, the map was abandoned for a new one, but this castle would have had all the storage I would have needed. Still, for some cool NPC apartments, it's still one of my favorite to look at, and actually resembles apartments for a change.
Number 2.
The Winter Castle. Once the snow biome was introduced to Terraria, the first thing I did was build myself a snow castle, or an ice castle, or whatever you want to call it. It was pretty easy to do because all you needed was, well, snow to make snow bricks and ice to make ice bricks, and, well, it was pretty plentiful. And thus, the snow castle was born. This was quite possibly one of my most complex creations, at the time. It had plenty of towers to it, including a middle one with a throne room in it, lots of storage in the basement, tons of places for my NPCs to hang out, tons of little hidden delights here and there, and I think it's probably one of the more aesthetically appealing ones of it all. Plus, it had a fun little defense system to the right of it that I could trigger anytime there might have been a blood moon or a goblin invasion or any other major event that involves getting raided by a bunch of baddies. Still, to this day, it's awesome, but sometimes you just need something a little more darker.
Number 1.
My Halloween haunted house. This one I actually did a speed build on and uploaded to YouTube, so you can see how I actually created this if you just follow that link right up there. This one's really fun because I did do the winter theme, but I was in a very Halloween mood and I wanted to do something spooky. And yes, this was before the Halloween update, before you start saying things like, why didn't you use hollowed wood and so on and so forth. But I later added the pumpkins and a couple of other aesthetics that wasn't there when I did build it. This kind of just came naturally and ended up looking really sweet. I love the spooky feel to it, I love the clouds with the rain, I love the lava, and the really cool trap doors and hidden rooms in there. And maybe even a few secrets I didn't even know about. I ultimately was going to expand it and make an even bigger basement, but instead I opted to turn my graveyard into another death trap for monsters that ended up being more effective than the one at my Winter Castle. I also have to state that Mad Dog did help me with this one as well, although most of the design was me, so if he tells you otherwise, just slap him in the head. But anyway, these were fun designs by me, and obviously I'm sure a lot of you out there can do better. And if you have, please leave a comment down below about it. Talk about your creations and which ones are your favorite ones. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this top 5 list, and I hope it inspired you to maybe go out there and build some of your own favorite creations. There's a lot to do in Terraria. Trust me, I've put over 400 hours in the dang thing. And as always, till next time, game fans, keep playing, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.